My name is Alexis Boucher. I am a software engineer from France, and I just shipped a new project, a new side project, a very silly project, I've got to admit, which is called Hyperbulletin. Hyperbulletin is a website where people can submit posts, text posts actually, but they have to pay to do so, which may seem very weird, and it is actually. It is a little bit silly, I've got to admit. Um, so it's just like the early days of Twitter or the early days of Reddit and so on and so forth. But the main difference is that you have to pay $1 for writing a post, right? So it sounds very silly, and it is. In a sense, it's very silly. I can't lie to you. It's very silly. Like it may be the most silly project I ever think of at this point. I may find even sillier projects in the future. Who knows? It can be the case. Anyway, so this website, it allows you to click on this button, create post, and you can write text, short text posts, up to 255 characters, and you can say whatever you want. But the idea that I have is that if people have to pay money to share their thoughts, we can think that people are going to share meaningful thoughts, right? At least it's the idea that I am experimenting with this project. And it may not be the case, in fact, but um, it's the experiment, right? It's the whole experiment. And so payments are handled by Stripe, and so it's just $1. So you pay $1, you submit your post, and it gets shown on the home page, right? So everyone can see it, and you can't edit the post. You can delete it. Well, you can if you send me an email, but you know it doesn't have the feature yet. It's very silly, very simple, and yes, that's the whole idea. So let's think for a moment about this project, right? Um, so there is some reality that current social media are free in a sense. Um, they are free in the sense that if you want to submit a post to people, it is free. You do not have to pay, right? But it has a cost. It may even have multiple costs. But one cost I think of is that um, bots basically can post for free as well, right? People like Russian bots can publish as well. People that want to insult people, to spread lies, to spread bullshit on social media, do not have to pay, right? It's free for them as well. Like, if you share a meaningful post and someone else shares some garbage on the internet, um, well, there are weird algorithms that try to correct things and to expose content to the proper content to people. But basically, the fact that it is free, like, it may have a cost, and I'm not very sure. But yeah, it may have a cost actually. Um, the whole idea of my silly project is that we should try something where we literally put money where our mouth is, right? If you want to share something to the world, something to people, what if you pay $1 to do so, right? What if posting cost $1 instead of $0, right? Instead of $0. Like, what are people going to do in this world, right? aren't they going to share, I don't know, could be poems, quotes, um, haikus, I don't know, anything. I don't know. Basically, people will do it. It's an experiment. So, um, if you want to try the idea, like if you have $1 to spend in anything, you can actually participate in this experiment, right? So yeah, so so it's up to you to decide what you're going to do, right? Like your actions will tell me like I'm trying to guess what people are going to do in such a world where you have to pay $1, right? But it's actually people acting um, on such a platform that is going to share the real knowledge, right? So that's the whole idea of this website, is that it's an experiment actually. So what I have in mind, like, is that maybe that conversation quality can improve if people have to put their money where their mouth is. If people have to spend time to pay on Stripe and an actual money, like $1, they have to give a minimum economical value to what they are sharing to people. Like attention, like getting people attention um, is something that, like, nowadays advertisers are paying huge money to get attention from people, right? But what if non-advertisers, like individuals, or it could even be advertisers in fact, but what if individuals have to pay to get attention from people? Because when you share a thought on the social media, you're grabbing the attention from people, but you didn't pay. So you didn't think twice about what you said. You didn't, uh, yeah, you basically didn't put money where your mouth is. You didn't got skin in the game. What if you did? What if, what if a silly website like my own allowed you to put money where your mouth is? Um, and maybe it's just sharing positivity to people. Maybe it's sharing your website. Maybe it's sharing like um, a quote, an idea that you have, a thought, I don't know, anything. But you actually have to pay money to do it. That's the idea, right? That's the idea. I don't have much more to say to you for this video. Um, what I have to say is that if you think it's like a scam or it's silly, well, you can just say that in comments, in YouTube comments. But if you find it valuable, if you think that it's worth exploring at least, like if you want to know what is going to happen on such a platform, well, first you can subscribe to my channel, right? You can subscribe to my channel and you can pay $1 to share something on my website if you want. And if you do so, like what we are going to try is to create a community of people that post meaningful posts, meaningful thoughts, and so on and so forth. Anything, basically, anything you want, but you have to pay $1 to do it. And we are going to try to create a community around that idea. And if I succeed, it could be great actually. I hope it would be great. So that's an experiment. I hope that at least one person is going to find it valuable. I'm pretty sure that if one person can be convinced that it's worth it, you can get 2, 3, 10, 100. I'm pretty sure that it's the case. If you want to prove it to me that it's valuable, you just have to go and test the website. That's it. So that's all you can do basically. Because like you can give me all the feedback you want, but if people do not want to pay $1 to submit text, the idea is not validated, right? So yeah, so that's it for this video. If you want to get into this experiment, you know what to do. And see you next time. Bye.